Yo, welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana. Last time we finished the story behind the eighth door. We gave Morgana a proper sending off with everyone apologizing to her. And then it turns out that we weren't in the past. I don't know why. I don't know why Michelle thought we were, but yeah, we were. We weren't in the past. We were just in a memory, like all the other doors. And now the white-haired girl appeared before us. I think because when we saw Morgana in the tower, she was like speaking to herself, and it sounded like she had like a split personality thing. Like one half was the white-haired girl, and the other half was like the witch Morgana who was haunting Giselle and Michelle in the mansion. And I thought now I think we're talking to the first personality, the white-haired girl. Let's reread this because we like started the scene a bit. Michelle, open your eyes. Michelle, come to me. What? We meet at last. What? Why is the white-haired girl here? Never mind that. Where am I? I was trying to get back to the mansion. How did I end up here? How do you know who I am? Of course I do. How could I not know who you are? Splendid. But what are you doing here? Why is there a sword in your hands? And why can I not speak? I was able to return to this gathering place of souls thanks to your efforts. Your uncovering of the truth of those events that transpired so many years ago allowed me to remember everything I had forgotten. Why do you look like that? To remember who I am. Why do you look like me? Why is that? Remember who you are? You mean that you're a part of Morgana? My apologies. Bringing your soul here without any preparation has left you in a bit of a nebulous state. But my heart told me I had to do this now. Though you have no voice, I can feel your presence quite clearly. Oh, Michelle, namesake of the great Archangel Michael and man of tremendous virtue, I have brought you here to ask for your assistance. I pray you will be able to help me. My request for you is simple. Take this blade and with it extinguish my soul. What do you? Extinguish your soul? I realize that it's cruel for me to ask this of you, and for that I deeply apologize, but I want it to be you who sends me off. Could you grant this girl her selfish request? That's not why I sought the truth. Not because I wanted to see anyone extinguished, but because I wanted to set everyone free from the mansion's cursed bonds. Because I wanted to put an end to this cycle of pain and suffering. Because I wanted to save every last person caught in this tragic quagmire. Quagmire? That includes you. And you're asking me to eradicate your soul? I must be destroyed. You can't tell me that after everything you've seen, you haven't realized that I have no place in their lives. While it's true Morgana wished for misfortune to befall them, if I hadn't been there, none of the tragedies would have taken place. I feel like Yukimasa would have still murdered a ton of people. I don't know if that's quite right. If I hadn't been there, the flaxen-haired girl would have been able to let go of her yearning for a brother. Would she? If I hadn't been there, the shipwrecked merchant's lover would not have lost her place as his tether. Okay, but he still would have killed... he still would have killed a lot of people, right? If I hadn't been there, the ambitious businessman would not have been betrayed by his close friend. Why are you acting like it's all your fault? Are you trying to say everyone would be better off without you? I was not a victim in the tragedies. I'm culpable of them. Culpable? Like hell you were. I saw everything from start to finish. You didn't intend for anything bad to befall anyone. You always acted out of the good of your heart. And you're trying to tell me that makes you culpable? What do you say we answer one last lingering question, Michelle? The question of what I am. The explanation might be a bit lengthy. I'm ready, but I would like to share it with you before I depart. I was, as you ascertained, created by Morgana's mind as it broke down in that tower. I was born to be a receptacle of her pain, to ease her suffering. But there's more to the story than that, Michelle. Upon her death, Morgana's soul was afflicted with great pain, resulting from the hatred and resentment she bore. The fact that she viewed herself as a saint only served to amplify that agony. Her identity as a saint gave her purpose in life, while simultaneously constraining her. A saint must put herself second to all others. She must be caring, generous, forgiving, and she must not bear any ill will for anyone. That was not how she felt deep down, though. She was not a saint out of the goodness of her heart. She wanted to hate them, but her identity would not allow her. Those two conflicting aspects of herself tore Morgana apart. She was unable to withstand it, so she took all her seemly characteristics and gave them to me, caring for others, putting herself second, being forgiving. And then she severed that part of her soul. So that's why you always seemed so normally pure-hearted. I was no longer a part of Morgana, but something entirely separate. However, I wasn't me yet either. When you came to the mansion and resurrected Morgana, you resurrected me as well. But I had no self at first. I was, I suppose, not much different than the particles of dust floating around the mansion. But eventually that dust gained a sense of self, taking form as a human soul. Sure, and descend into the realm of man and the faith which governs it. This sounds like a this sounds like a Kingdom Hearts monologue about like that fucking Xemnas would have. What do you think the first thing a new soul wishes for when it is born, Michelle? To live. I wished for a continued existence in this world, in a world where I was never meant to exist. I refused to accept that there's anything wrong with wanting to live. I was supposed to remain within Morgana as a part of her. I was never meant to be a soul of my own. To become one was to turn against the law of the universe. I wished to live, and Morgana wished to curse the true men's souls. Though we sought after completely separate things, because we were once two part of a whole, each of our wishes were shaped by the others. In order for an incomplete soul like mine to survive, it needs something to bind itself to the world, something strong enough to prevent the universe from correcting the anomaly. And so the wish of that anomaly gave birth to yet another anomaly, a house that sat outside the currents of time, one that could descend into the mortal realm at various times and places. And it was that house that served as a tether for my soul. You mean it wasn't Morgana's power that created the mansion, but your own wish? And why did it have to be that house that bound me to the world? Because that was where she lingered, the girl from which I was formed. Which meant that my wish had the consequence of granting Morgana's with it. The house, having attained perpetuity, served as a place for those reconstructed by Morgana's curse to return to. Furthermore, my connection with her had another consequence. I was the one most affected by her wish. As much as I may have wanted to do good, for them to be happy, my fate was dictated by her wish. In that position, my merely showing affection for anyone was damnable. Falling in love was an act of villainy. My very presence malevolent. Don't say that. I was the true witch, the true demon child. Stop talking, please. It should never have been possible for me to have a life at all. Please stop. The universe must be returned to its proper state, Michelle. Don't talk about yourself like that. I must be erased and Morgana's soul restored to its original form. But why? I do not belong here. I never belong here. What's so wrong with wanting to live? The defect must be repaired. You're not a defect. Damn it, why couldn't I be able to get a word in now at least? The restoration will not be instantaneous. It took many, many years for me to be formed, and it will take as long, if not longer, for the process to be reversed. But her soul will eventually return to its proper state. And perhaps when her soul is restored, Morgana won't be a human. Perhaps she'll be a butterfly resting upon the lip of a flower. Perhaps she will be that flower. Perhaps she'll be the breeze in which that flower sways. But whatever form she takes, it will be her, whole and complete. With me gone, no more tragedy shall take place. So please take this short sword and extinguish me. Put an end to this cycle of misery. I want you to be the one who does it. Please. Kill me. Did I get a choice? Okay, hang on. Is it gonna continue if I wait? What if I wait a really long time? Okay, I guess not. You're asking too much of me. Yes, I want to save Morgana's souls. But do you really have to die for that to happen? Is there not some other way? Won't you do this for me? I cannot. I could never take that sword. I know it's unfair of me to ask this of you, but I want it to be you. As selfish as a request as it may be, I want the curtain drawn on this ersatz life? What? Ersatz? Made or used as a substitute, typically an inferior one for something else. Ersatz. Ersatz. Never heard that in my life before. But the man I admired so deeply. You admired me? Let's talk a little bit about that admiration, shall we? And where I got my physical appearance. This goes back to when I was a mere particulate matter drifting about the house. While I still had no mind of my own at that point, I witnessed everything that took place within the house. And in the moment of your death, Michelle, was I born. You saw my death? Your actions that day appeared to me as the very definition of selfless and honorable. Your life bore many similarities with Morgana's. You were both abused in prison, called a witch. While Morgana sought vengeance, you watched your own mother burn your crucified body, and you wished for release rather than revenge. There's nothing honorable about that. I had just lost all hope for myself. I expect you'll disagree with me, say that it was a sign of your weakness, but that was not how I interpreted it. Self-sacrifice being one of the core characteristics Morgana gave to me, I was deeply moved. You didn't curse those who had wronged you in life, you chose your own destruction. And I admire that strength of spirit. That admiration helped to shape my wish, to determine the form I would take, the name I would have. That's why whenever I gained a physical body, it was modeled after yours, with snow white hair and ruby red eyes. Why my name was always Michelle, after the same angel for whom you took yours. I'm in no way worthy of anyone's admiration. My admiration caused both you and the woman you love a great deal of pain, and for that I apologize. But it also shows just how much I wanted to be like you. I would ask for you, if you would be so kind, to consider this a great favor, for a starry-eyed little girl. A girl who quite literally idolized you to her very soul. Don't. I couldn't ask for a greater honor. How could you tell me that? Than to be erased from the world by you, my idol. And then ask me to kill you. Please, Michelle, be the one to send me off. Yeah, we're gonna do. How many times are we gonna do this? I gotta wait on each one of them, because what if one of them you gotta wait for?
We had choices you needed to wait before. Usually it was pretty quick though, it was like a few seconds. Okay, I guess not.
I can't do it. No matter how many times you ask, I can't kill someone who's told me they wanted to live. I know what it's like to wish for life. I don't know if you realize it yet, Michelle, but this is the first time we've actually met. The story of the fourth door was Morgana's creation, which means that until now we've never been in the same place while both aware of the other's presence. As far as you should be concerned, I'm a complete stranger, yet still you hesitate. I'm glad that you're reluctant, but you've shown me enough sympathy. I don't consider you a stranger at all. Indeed, this is the first time we've formally met, but I've watched you go through so much. I've seen you live 3 different lives. I've seen the impact you had on the people behind all 3 of those doors. You're in no way a stranger. With my erasure, Morgana's soul will eventually become whole again. Yeah, I know. Her curse and the eternal cycle of agony it brings will be no more. When I'm gone, everything will return to its rightful place. I implore you to not hesitate any longer. Are there really no other options? Is killing you really the only way to make things right? To release everyone from this curse? I'm delighted to have finally been able to meet you, the man after whom I model myself. I'm incapable of taking my own life, Michelle. God's teaching prohibits it, and as such, my identity as a saint prevents me from doing so. Now, I don't want you to commit suicide. I want to find some way for you to live, to remain a part of this world. I know that by asking this of you, I'm causing you a great heartache, and for that, I offer you my sincerest apologies. Okay, I feel like we're going in circles right now. But as long as I continue to exist in this world, Morgana can never truly have redemption. Tell me, who is it you've been fighting so hard to save? That doesn't mean that I didn't want to save you too. I believed I could save everyone summoned to the mansion, and no one would have to suffer anymore. That there would be no more tragedies. Michelle, take the sword, please. I guess not. Worry not, Michelle. Doing this will allow you to save everyone. You'll cast off the darkness inhabiting the house, set all its prisoners free, give Morgana her salvation. And give me mine as well. Extinguish my soul will be my salvation. I've had a full, satisfying life, even if every moment of it was rooted in iniquity. I had well beyond my share of happiness. I don't need any more. Oh, Michelle, namesake of the great Archangel Michael and man of tremendous virtue, I ask of you to please draw this cycle of misfortune to an end, to take this blade and deliver everyone from their fates. It must be you, Michelle. You must be the one to do this. What if we keep going like this back and forth for like an hour? It would be very funny. Okay, obviously there's a second choice because you can see it's not centered. Like you can see it's further up. There's like a second choice that's going to appear here. Right? It's not centered. Is there a hidden choice? Or maybe I need to do this and then get the bad ending and then come back and I'm gonna get the second choice. Because you can see it's not centered. Like there's supposed to be a second choice here. What if I wait like 20 seconds? Alright, fine. Thank you, Michelle, for having the strength to do what must be done, and I apologize for putting me in such a difficult position. Once my soul has been erased, I will be gone from this world forever. I will not return, not in this or any other form. I feel no woe in that knowledge, though. I welcome my destruction with the utmost of joy. However, if it wouldn't be too much to ask, for you to keep just a little bit of me in the corner of your soul, Michelle, to remember me, to remember the life I lived, that would make it all worthwhile. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you You may very well be a genuine angel. The whiteness surrounding me evaporates, and I find myself back in the observation tower. I can still feel in my hand the impact of the sword piercing her breast. Gah! Damn it! Why couldn't there have been some other way? Erasing a soul is not salvation. God damn it all! She deserves better. So much better than that. Gah! No, now is not the time to grieve. There's work to be done. A girl to whom I must offer the chance for salvation. I mustn't cry over the white-haired girl's death now. There are things I need to take care of first. Morgana. Do you have your bone hand? Oh, you do. Morgana stands there, staring off absently into the distance. After some time, she slowly turns to face me. What exactly was all that about? Come on, say something. Answer me. Morgana. How? It doesn't make any sense. He and the Lord, they couldn't... There were two different lords. The one at the estate and the one who locked you in the tower. How? What was he doing there? That's not... I didn't... The man I was trying to curse was the Lord who treated the blood Sabbats. How did I... Are you saying I remember wrong? That's ridiculous. I won't hear it. I won't have it for a second. You were in a very tenuous condition, Morgana. More than even you realize. You can't assume everything you saw in that state of mind to be true. Why? Just why? That only makes it that much worse. Why would he do that? How could he kill me? Because he was really embarrassed about admitting you fucked up. He said he would show me the world. I cried for him. And he turns out to be the one pulling the strings? You saw what led to this. You heard what he had to say for himself. Misunderstandings that went unresolved, that should have been cleared up immediately. What he did was wrong. Indefensible as far as I'm concerned. This all could have been avoided if he had told you everything. That said, Morgana, I can somewhat sympathize with how he felt then. You can sympathize with that monster? In what way? He loved you, sincerely loved you. And to be the target of such vitriol from a girl he cared so dearly about, to be mistaken for someone else entirely. I can understand how that would have hurt. It doesn't matter. That doesn't change anything. Like I said before you started all this, it doesn't change anything. Does this revelation change what happened to me? Does this make me any less of a hate-filled witch? What does it matter if he had his reasons? What does it matter if he's not who I thought he was? It doesn't change the fact that I despise him with every fiber of my being. It's time to let go, Morgana. I met with the white-haired girl. I know her true nature. That's on me. You're right, I cannot definitively say that you and the white-haired girl are one and the same. However, I can say with certainty that she was a part of you. A creation of your broken spirit. The fact remains that she was closer to you than anyone else, in every sense of the word. Can you see the situation you're in, Morgana? The terrible, tragic irony of it all? You've cursed yourself along with everyone else. You brought ruin to a life of your own creation, numerous times. You murdered yourself. It's time to let go, Morgana. There's only pain to be found in continuing down this road. Morgana. I take a step towards her, and she steps back, quietly maintaining her distance. I can almost hear trembling in her voice as she says, "Stay back. You, stay away from me. You have nothing to be afraid of, Morgana. I won't hurt you." I said, "Stay back, you... I bet you think this is hilarious, that I'm blind and a fool." Morgana. Yes, good on you, my dear. You revealed my big secret, that I'm a feeble-minded little girl with a poor memory. You've uncovered the truth of my death, discovered the white-haired girl's true identity. I always presumed she was you. How foolish of me. Laughing like I knew anything. Cursing the entirely wrong man. Absolutely brilliant, you might say. I've made myself into quite the laughingstock. I'm not going to laugh about your pain, Morgana. I've come to realize that perhaps I empathize with you out of more than just our shared loneliness. We were both yoked with unimaginable misfortune, lived our lives in the lamentation of our fates. I understand your pain. That boat has long since sailed. You're right, it has. This is a realization I should have come to much sooner. Though you said it wouldn't have mattered, I still should have made an effort to get to know you in life. I feel guilty about how I constantly pushed you away, so I'd like to make up for that now. I approach Morgana, hands stretched out towards her. She stands there bewildered as I place them on her shoulders, pulling her in, not for my own comfort as I had so many times before, and not out of some pretend sense of pity for a sad pile of bones. I embrace her and all the pain and loneliness she holds inside. Her body gives off no warmth, and it's as weightless as the skeleton all those many years ago. She, like me, lost so much in life, but unlike me, she had no one there in her final moments. It's alright, Morgana. Everything's okay now. The tale behind the fourth door may have been a fabrication, but the creator's soul is always somewhere to be found in her creations. Knowing the inseparable link between her and the white-haired girl, that's where I'll find what I'm looking for. I'm here for you. You're not alone, Morgana. We can end all this suffering together. It's going to be okay. What's wrong with you? Have you completely lost it? Do I need to remind you of everything I've done? Of all the pain I've caused you? No reminder is necessary. You did quite a number on me instead, indeed. And do you want to tell me how we went from that to you holding me? You didn't do what you did out of a particular grudge against me. Of that much, I was always certain. So I hold nothing against you. I bear no ill will. Nor I'm certain does Dejel. You're much too forgiving. I imagine there's something about having experienced the kind of pain we have that makes it hard to harbor any ill will towards one of our kind. Shared trauma or not, you and that woman really are something. God, there are no words for how much you irritate me. The bite slowly drains from Morgana's voice, and in the quiet, I think I hear a muffled attempt to hold back a whimper. I pull away slightly, putting a hand under her chin and lifting her head. She quickly averts her eyes, but doesn't knock my hands away as I reach them into her hood, gently setting them against her cheeks. I run my fingers across the exposed flesh, and slowly pull back the hood covering her face. Well, look at that. You're quite pretty without your face hidden. Can I see it? I didn't think you were the flattering type. I assure you I'm not. Go on, touch your cheeks. Oh, her face is fixed now, I guess. Now this is the girl you were always meant to be. If Morgana had a less harrowing life, this is probably what she would have looked like at 16. If her face just didn't start doing that all of a sudden. You know, you look a little like the white-haired girl. You look nothing alike, I can assure you of that. She was the very antithesis of me. But she was also once a part of you. The last thing I want is to be like her in any way. And why is that? Because I never liked that girl at all. Always putting others before herself. Just watching her was aggravating. Although in retrospect, she was everything about myself I deemed unnecessary. So that might explain why it was so hard to watch. Also, I was so sure she was you, which made it all the more frustrating. Why would her being me bother you so much? Because that wasn't you. You're aggressive, you yell, you fight. Is that how she saw me? How wouldn't it bother me that you came back as a quiet, passive, subservient girl? Of course, now I know that it wasn't you, so... You were that sure it was me, despite thinking we were nothing alike? Apparently so. Hold on a second, why would that bother you? I'll let you figure that one out. Huh? It's not important. Well, she likes us. You've got my attention. What are you planning to do now? To leave the mansion with you. To set everyone free and break the curse. Setting them free will set you free as well. So you want me to release their souls? Exactly. Just so you know, I haven't forgiven them. My hatred isn't going to just vanish like it was nothing. I'll never be able to forgive them completely. But, you're right. This has gone on long enough. Morgana. I'm not even sure what I'm doing anymore. And it's all your fault. So sure, I'll release their souls. I'm so glad to hear it. However, I don't want to see them alone. I'm not sure I'll be able to set them free if I have to face them on my own. That won't be a problem. I'll go with you. We'll go see them together. You get to be my guide this time then. Get to take up Giselle's old mantle. That I do. Even if it means taking this hand. You honestly think I have any reservations about that? God, I swear. You really are the worst. Lead the way, my dear. To where their souls wait. Trying to talk to all three of them again? Are we still pretending that Mel did anything wrong? Hand in hand, we travel the cursed mansion's corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent much time in this place, it's never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should be left behind in a place like this. We cross to the living room, making our way to the back garden door. Hey, Mel. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers. Michelle, what am I supposed to say to them? If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get the feeling they'll have something to say to you, though, so if you will, try to hear them out. I'm not looking forward to this. It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens could possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go from here is up, so up we go. Let's go then, I suppose. A hollow breeze brushes through the gray-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns toward us. It gradually starts looking more and more like the young man it once was. Morgana. It's okay. We're here to free your soul. Michelle. Do you remember us from what we did in that memory? You forgive me for what I did, Morgana? No, I don't. All this means that I'm done cursing you. Ah, either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after everything I've done to you. You didn't do anything! You were forced! You had no other choice! It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused. What's done is done. I guess. Still, I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to be friends. I meant it. I really did. I know now why you did what you did, why you sold me out. Some people might say you had no other choice. Yeah, some people like me. But as a girl you actually sold out. Those are words you'll never hear from my lips. Fair enough. Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim. Yeah. Do you not resent me for punishing you in spite of that? I would. Huh? I presume you're now able to recall everything about your first life and the second one I subjected you to, when the house was called Rose Manor? Yeah. What happened then was the result of my wish. You have every right to despise me. The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie's soul would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out the way they did regardless. The white-haired girl was the spark that set her off though, and it was because of me that she ended up at that mansion. My wish was to see your life utterly ruined, and in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree, my curse did play a significant role in your fate. Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right of me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did, because I was weak and ran from the top problem instead of facing it. Michelle wouldn't have had to get hurt if only I'd had more of a spine. Or, I guess calling her Michelle is kind of confusing with Michelle here, huh? How should I refer to her then? Girl Michelle, maybe? Creativity is not your strong suit, is it? Ha. She wouldn't happen to be around, would she? She has departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say, she's returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michelle is gone forever. Ah, that's too bad. I was hoping I could apologize to her too. I believe you made your feelings quite clear. Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologize. That's simply her nature. Oh. Well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything. I am going to free your soul from the bonds of this cursed mansion, after which it should return to its rightful place. Okay. But before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say. Oh, to you, Michelle. To me. It was a little easy, but I did kind of get to see what you were up to until just a little bit ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to work up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. I'm still convinced. It may not have been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Farewell, Mel. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. The bad people aren't the only ones who do bad things. That's true, yes, but having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret so overwhelming you don't believe you could do something so awful, that some outside force must be to blame, so I hope you're willing to accept at least part of his apology. Lead the way, my dear, to where the next soul waits. Again, Yukimasa is the opposite of Mel. Like, he takes all the blame. The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet, the air still. No sounds of flesh being devoured, no stench of blood, just darkness reaching ever downward. I'm going to have to ask you to go in first this time. I don't mind, but why? I'd rather not be secured. It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack. I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you. So you get to be my meat shield should anything go wrong. So that's what I am to her. We may not have bodies, but we are still capable of feeling pain. You don't have to remind me. I have to say, I'm surprised you actually made it to the top of the tower. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If he were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased from all eternity. There would be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind. I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him. If you say so, then off we go. I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter, and as he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember. It's back to normal. I see. So you weren't a witch. You're a pretty human girl. You look a little like the blind girl. No, I do not one bit. If anything, he looks far more like her than I. Black hair, red eyes, they even have almost the same name. I think comparing her to a large door? What is that word? Dower? Relentlessly severe, stern, or gloomy in manner or appearance. Door, okay. Dour looking man is a bit disrespectful. Don't pretend you look any more approachable. He's not even half the man you think he is. That's come on, Morgana. Where did that come from? That's uncalled for. Was that really necessary, Morgana? Yeah. He is a man. He's indisputably a man, no matter what reason you have to claim otherwise. Actually, can angels be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel thing already? So, what brings you two down here? We're here to free your soul. You are forgiving me? Absolutely not. However, I decided there's no point in punishing you any further. You see, you are in no uncertain terms one of the most evil men I have ever encountered. I can hardly argue with that. Should you so desire, I can eradicate you. Morgana, let me finish, Michelle. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others. You're right, and that would probably be for the best. The world would be better off without me, and I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear. As you wish. Now we'll release your soul. Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you are to blend in. So in my next life, I won't be a killer. I suppose it's worth trying. Do your best. I will. Farewell, Yukimasa, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Farewell, Morgana. He is not the only one who derives pleasures from others' pain. Morgana. It's strange, setting them free, I both feel like a weight's been lifted, and like I'm the greatest villain of them all. Perhaps by forgiving them, you can come to forgive yourself. But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up to now? The first step towards moving on. Could you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you? Your brother who made a mockery of you? Your eldest brother who took your life? Your mother so unwilling to accept you she burned you at the stake? The villagers who falsely accused you of being a witch? Your father who raped the woman you love? Could you forgive them? If they were willing to repent. And if they weren't? What if they showed up intent on causing you more pain? What if they showed up intent on I don't understand this sentence. What if they showed up intent on causing you I don't understand. Then I suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to free. Okay. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Is Giselle really there with you? Because I can't sense her at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know, but I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me. You can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure her soul hasn't extinguished? She's here, I'm certain of it. Lost somewhere deep in the mansion's darkness. Once we've purged that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her. I see. Well, I'm not sure how much this means coming from me, but I hope you see her again. I will, and I thank you. I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle. Although I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you've spent several hundred years with. Just attached? Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself. I can only hope. The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiard balls. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through the door, or perhaps she's tense. Shall we? Her hand in mine, I push open the door. A shadow is perched on the edge of a dark green rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter, quickly finding his composure and marching towards us, determination in his step. The shadow dissolves, revealing the man. Morgana. Your face, it healed. It did. It's been a long time coming. And would you look at that? Not a letdown. Was it him that healed you? Yes, it was him. Well, I'll be. I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honor. You lost that qualification when you... Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect, or deserve, your forgiveness. I still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish, even if it means being cursed for all eternity. I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it for me. No curses, no forgiveness, nothing. Huh. So you're cutting ties completely. Damn. Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago. Far, far too long ago. I know. Nothing can change how I feel about you. Oh, not anymore, I bet. I'm going to release your soul now. Could you hold off on that for a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate, or even accept. If I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them true to you. I think that's how she put it anyway. So ask for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana. Fine. The girl with the white hair, my wife. Michelle, whatever. Something about that name always felt off to me. I could never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw that smile, I was dead certain that she was what had always been missing from my life, that I had finally found what I'd been searching for. And now I know why, because I felt you in her, the memories of you ingrained on my soul. You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite even if you held a knife to her throat. You're right, you're nothing alike. But you've both got this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I've got no right to ask anything of you, I know. But could you maybe smile for me? Just once is all I ask. I can't do it. I should. I know I should. I would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting you in that position. I've said my piece. I'm ready now. Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You couldn't have done anything more for him? Such as? I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated, but the things he did to me, they eclipse all that. Yeah, I would agree if I were in your position. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that. Couldn't you at least put a little hope in your next lives? That maybe you could try again? No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again, ever. Then if nothing else, could you try not to forget that he did save you once? I suppose. Though my salvation, Michelle, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching to the very end. It may all have been an illusion, constructed for the memories of everyone's souls. But that didn't make your actions any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partly why I decided to release their souls. The biggest reason, however, was seeing how far you went for me. If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them. Ah. Nonetheless, it is unfair of me to wish you'd shown him that smile instead. Morgana? Well, that's the last of them. That's a good line. Shall we be off now? The front door should open now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take or leave out of this house? We need to find Giselle. There's one more stop to make. There's still one more soul that needs releasing. Be my guide. Is it the painting? Still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall, where the landscape painting hangs, yeah. I'm surprised out of everyone in Michelle's life, it would be, oh god, what was his name? I forgot his name. The painting brother. I'm surprised it would be him out of all people. I feel like he was the least bad out of everyone in Michelle's life. He told me to come back if I ever figured out your name. George. Hey, Michelle. Hello. Haha, how'd you figure out it was me? Of course I recognized my own brother. Well, granted, I didn't recognize you at first. It's not every day your big bro ends up as a painting, huh? It came as quite the surprise when I finally made the connection. I'll bet it did. Hold on a minute. You two are brothers? I assumed you knew. Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you've got there, Michelle. So what brings you two to my little corner of the house? I decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion. Oh, really? Well, isn't that something? You act like I just told you what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear forever. Well, yeah, sure, but what brought about this? I've lost interest in cursing them. Now that's some good news. You seem to get along surprisingly well with her. Time out the hoo-ha and nobody else to talk to will do that to you. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much. You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours on end? The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into. Wait, so she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting? That she was. Just tossed her right on in without even asking. Why would you get rid of the key to my room? I had no use for it. And being in that room always made me uncomfortable. It has this terrible warmth to it. I couldn't stand it. Sure glad she only tossed the key though. Would have been bad if she'd thrown me out with it. I didn't see the need. I did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless. So I simply pretended you weren't there. So she ignored him for hundreds of years? I understand now what you meant, Michelle, when you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here, because it's a place deeply bound to your soul. I'm no expert on none of this spiritual stuff. All I know is that one day I was just here and full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say I probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere I could feel you, Michelle. George. Would you be so kind as to let me apologize? I know quite well how sorry you are, and you've already apologized once besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me, so when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. Oh. But talking to you again has reminded me what kind of person you really are, George. You didn't mean to hurt me. Nope. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me she'd send it off to you, I didn't really think anything of it. It never even crossed my mind to think about how you felt out there, all alone. The kind of pain you were going through just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind to your own actions. It never even occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Michelle. Not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is sorry you got stuck with such a dope for a brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds and I would have realized what we were doing. And you know, at the time I thought, what's the matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day saying, nah, you're actually a girl. And everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. What a drag that would be. I'm real sorry, bro. It's okay, George, I forgive you. Honestly, that felt like that was the best apology out of all of them so far. It felt very, I mean, it's very genuine. I mean, sometimes that happens. You just, like, do something without thinking about it. Because you just don't think about it. But, like, it, like, really hurts someone else, but you just, like, didn't think about what impact it would have on them. I don't know, it's pretty relatable, I think. It's okay, George, I forgive you. Thanks. I wanted so badly to see you and Didier again, George. Yeah, what about Didier, the guy who killed you? You know, I didn't get that chance in life. I'm still glad to have the opportunity to talk to you now. To hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form, but knowing that it's a result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, it warms my heart. What on earth was that? Me trying my darndest not to burst into tears. I don't think it would work very well though. Does the canvas look wet? Could you feel it for me? I think I'll pass. Not feeling up for any brotherly love? Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same George I always knew. Hahaha, changing ain't really my thing after all. I suppose it isn't. This doesn't sit right with me. What? Why not? You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Michelle. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me. I've moved past that though. Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him. Do what? Swallow your anger all over that ridiculous painting. But I'm not angry. Now that's a damn fine idea if I ever heard one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Michelle. George? Go on, hit me with everything you got. Scribble away. Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with. Just use your fingers and I'll trace it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for? He really wants me to draw on him, doesn't he? He more than deserves it, Michelle. Bring it on, Michelle. This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay. I'll draw on you. It's the cat. What was his name? I forgot. Oh my. Ugly Speckles? Was that his name? Ugly Speckles? Now that is downright ghastly. What? You might actually have potential, Michelle. Who knew those were the last thing I expected from you? 4 of them at that. And a demonic being alongside them. Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Michelle. That's not what I drew at all. What? Then what is it? It's not important. Now that that's finished, I think it's time we all took our leaves. Oh, can I come too? Well, I might need a little help with that, Michelle. As you can see, walking ain't one of my talents. That's alright, I'll carry you. Careful taking me off my hook. By all means, feel free to drop it, Michelle. That was very cute. I must say that is a rather amusing sight. It's definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man turned painting being hauled down a spooky hall by his little bro. George. It does make me wonder though, are you two really brothers? I have a hard time believing you share even a drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michelle. We're brothers, right, George? Whoa, don't you start questioning it too, Michelle. We're absolutely, positively 100% brothers. She has a good point though. We don't even look that much alike. No shocking family plot twist here. I've known you since you were a baby, Michelle. Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, George, not me. You're not going to let go of this, are you? Hahaha, I'm just playing with you. Oh my god, you just laughed. Yes? What? I didn't get to see it. What was it like? Give me all the details. An ordinary laugh. Is the world ending? It's not that big a deal. I laugh just like everyone else. No, you most certainly do not. Nope, you definitely don't. Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the brother I always knew and loved. Anyway, since you're breaking characters here, how about one from our favorite witch too? And no cackling, that doesn't count. Excuse me, why would you want me to? Because every time I've seen you smile, it's never been about anything good. Plus now that you got your face back, you're actually quite the looker. Go on, give me a big old grin. Not happening. Come on. Okay, fine, if you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Michelle. What do I have to do with anything? You can do it for old Michelle, can't you? Sure, I'm most purely white girly. Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michelle, but only him. Excuse me, was that supposed to be my voice? Because I did not sound anything like that. Look at you, all puffing your cheeks and red in the face. George, try not to tease her too much. I don't know how anyone can stand you. It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood. You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but that doesn't mean we have to make it somber and uptight affair. I am generally not sure how I feel about you. The most somberly uptight man I know telling me to lighten up. So you got a point, but I'm not that bad, am I? Anyway, shall we be off now? We shall. The witch and her band of merry men depart. I'm not sure if one person in a talking painting constitutes a band. Giselle, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith we will. We'll cast away this mansion's darkness, and then I'll await your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Having finished what we set out to do, and retrieved George as well, we make our way to the mansion's entrance hall. A large door stands there, firmly shut, holding in the darkness as it has for countless generations. But that time is almost at an end. The door ready to be opened, to end the cycle and begin anew. Been a painting for all these years, never realized just how big a place this was. All I ever got to see was a hallway and maybe a couple of doors. I mean, talk about dull, you know? Feels like I'm on an adventure exploring a whole new world. A very dark world. A very, very dark world, rather. Michelle, would you mind shutting him up? If only we're that simple. Can you blame me for being talkative? It was a lonely life. I would be fine if you had any concept of the appropriate time and place to be chatty. Are you aware where we are right now? The entrance, by the look of things. Precisely, the end to a centuries-long act of vengeance is but a few feet beyond that door. And you're chatting away like it's another day at the court. Try to maintain at least a semblance of gravity if you would. I'm starting to notice your rather ceremonious, aren't you, Morgana? This is a day to be celebrated, not to be all stiff and no fun allowed. Are you not at all worried? There's no guarantee any hope lies beyond that door. After all, when the mansion disappears, so too will we. And that is the rightful state of things. Our present form may cease to exist, but our souls will live on, and so long as they do, we will eventually return to the world. Let us press onward, not fearing a temporary end. Well said, Michelle. If I had feet, you'd have just swept me right off them. George, I'm beginning to wonder what would happen if I threw you at the wall. No, let's not do anything hasty. Or for God's sake. You're the guide. So let's go then, shall we? Morgana's right, there's a severe lack of gravity to the affair. But thanks to George's lackadaisical nature, whatever fear I had is gone as well. His ever-playful interactions brings me back to when I was alive, to when it was me and my two brothers. Fond memories of the time we had together, of the admiration I had for them, of me chasing after them. Nothing could possibly replace those days, and I'm glad I had the chance to reflect on them, if briefly, before the end. I take a few steps forwards, stopping just in front of the door, and Morgana steps up beside me. I envision the light that lies beyond it, radiant and white, waiting to rip through the darkness. The light we seek, that we've long sought. I take in a deep breath, look up at the door, place my hand on its hard surface, and push it open, welcoming the future it holds. Burn the witch. What's going on? Crucify the impure. We take one step back, then another. What we find outside is not a blinding realm of light, but churning blackness and the stench of blood and rust. Metal clanks, growing louder with each heavy footstep of the approaching night. It's Didier! Holy fuck, why does he look like that? Death to the unholy. 3 days and 3 nights hanged upon the cross, purified by the fires of heaven. Death. What's going on? I never summoned this thing. Even though we're no longer holding hands, I can feel Morgana trembling. She's no longer the witch, the once absolute ruler of this domain, but a frightened young girl. Placing my arm around her shoulders and pulling her in, I stare half dumbfounded at the night. It is our holy duty, as knights of the church, to deliver punishment unto the heathen who made a pact with the devil. The night draws nearer and nearer. Its movement sluggish but constant. Are we going to see Didier's backstory now? Are we going to get the ninth door with Didier? Didier. Wait, for real? Crucify the witch. Cast judgment upon the demon. The word witch coming from the delirious, vengeful phantom's mouth. Who is far more distressful for Morgana than me. Whoa, hold on. What's Dee doing here? Please come to your senses, Didier. I know it's you. Judgment, crucifixion, execution. No, I'm not a witch. The night is partially occluded by the dark, a riding miasma enveloping him. but he bears the same muscular build as the Didier I knew in life, and he's unwaveringly determined to see us executed. Didier, this is not how I had hoped for a reunion would go, Didier. Why, after so very long, is this how the three of us find each other again? A moment just flashed through my mind, the day I left the Bollinger estate, when Didier promised me we would one day meet again. Them each gave me a hug before I climbed into the carriage. First Didier, then George. Is this my fault? Is he here because I wish to be reunited with my brothers? Is this the way fate chose to grant that wish? Burn the witch. Well look at that. Guess I'm not your only blockheaded brother, huh? George. Before you get any bright ideas, Michelle, it's not your fault your long-awaited family reunion didn't quite go as planned. Just like me, Dee cursed himself. Only it seemed as his was a lot more powerful. God, I really didn't pay a lick of attention to either of you, did I? The unclean witch must be purified from this world. It is my duty. Hey Dee, are you in there? I shoved a whole lot of crap onto your plate. Keeping up the family name, taking care of Mom. Just about everything I could leave to you, I did. I must uphold the honor of the family name. And then, when it was all over, I blamed you for killing our little brother. I was convinced that you could do anything, that you were stronger than anyone. Crucify the witch. I'm sorry, Dee. Burn the witch. He continues his plodding march forward, seemingly unaffected. Use your sword you got from the white-haired girl. Do a sword fight with him. It's impossible to tell if George's words are getting true to him. Stop, Didier, please. And my words don't seem to be either. Didier! He's closing in on us, and we're running out of space to retreat. Alright, Dee. If that's how it's gonna be. But just this once, okay? The knight takes another heavy, merciless step towards us. The exit's right there, but we're backed up against the wall. The end was almost within our grasp, yet it seems so hopelessly far away now. Please, Didier, don't do this. I know you don't actually want to hurt anyone. Didier! The knight raises his sword, thrusting it forward with a sharp whoosh. That. But then, breaking free from my grasp, the painting leaps into the air. I'm really sorry. I got stuck with a pair of dolts for brothers. George! The next second, my eldest brother's blade pierces George. Pierces the painting? George! George! His form wavers momentarily before fading into the darkness, his voice lingering behind. Don't worry about me, Michelle. I got my share of redemption already. Okay, it was nice foreshadowing that when we entered Yukimasa's, when we went to see Yukimasa's ghost, Morgana was like, oh, careful, because if he stabs you and kills you, your soul will be erased for all eternity, or whatever. That was nice foreshadowing for this, for now we know that, like, that's what happened to George. This game is, like, very well written, isn't it? Okay. I know it can be a bit of a pain, but do for Dee what you did for me, would you? Now go on, call out to him. Suck in a big old breath, and call out to her brother with everything you got. George! It is my duty to punish the impure. Grah! To uphold the Bollinger name. Didier! Despite having already stabbed George, the knight continues his march. Blade pointed straight at me. I clenched my teeth and glared at my eldest brother. Running is out of the question. This doesn't have to go on any longer. It is my duty as the eldest son. You deserve to be free from your bonds as well. Be gone from this world. Didier! I shout his name with every ounce of air in my lung. His eyes go wide, and his blade swerves off course, missing my heart. And piercing my gut instead. Yeah, it's okay. You can let go now. It's not your responsibility anymore. You have no duty to anything anymore. Yeah. I reach my hand out for my brother. Blood spills from the hole in my abdomen in rhythmic spurts. I can feel something hot rising in my throat. But it doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop my hand crawling through the air towards him. He's my brother. I have to do whatever I can for him. Free him. Bring him back. Idiot, there's nothing here. In need of your judgment. With shaking fingers, I clasp my brother's arm. I squeeze, holding on with what vigor remains, and give another shout. Look me in the eye, Didier, please. Hear my voice. Hear your brother's voice. I can't stand to lose anyone else. If you don't come to your senses, then George's sacrifice will have been in vain. It's time for you to break free. For all three of us to be free. Of the curses we place on ourselves. Didier, please. I hear a sound that's somewhere between a grunt and a gasp. My vision's gone blurry, so I blink hard several times, clearing my eyes to get a better look at him. Didier. I see his face, twisted in anguish. Michelle. Didier. Well, thank goodness. You heard my voice. Did I do this to you, Michelle? It's nothing. I've made the same terrible mistake once more. Didier. I caused you harm, attempted to take your life. It's alright, Didier. Michelle. Release yourself from the chains that bind you. But those aren't your duties anymore. You don't have to protect the family name, or uphold the order standards. You can do as you wish. Punish me for my wrongdoing. Please, Michelle, punish me. Didier. Cast judgment upon me. It's all in the past. Judgment is not necessary for anyone. That doesn't change what I did. I killed you. I hanged you from a cross. I must be made to pay for my sins. Punish me, Michelle. I implore you. Didier. I think I know now why you never removed your helm that day. Why you remained silent for the whole ordeal. Michelle, you're crying, weren't you? Weeping for me. Your tears are atonement enough for me. Michelle, you bore a great deal of responsibility in life. As the Bollinger's firstborn, you were obligated to protect the family's honor, and as knight of the church, you were tasked with the duty of my execution. You had no other choice, and I sincerely believe there was nothing else you could have done. I bear no grudge against you, no resentment for the decisions you were forced to make, and I certainly don't curse you. Let's just forget it all. It's long over and done. Still, it was a mistake I never should have made. I took the life of the purest soul I know. There's no honor in that. Didier. I put protecting the family name above protecting my actual family. You trusted me, you believed in me to the very end, and I killed you. I knew what I was doing. I knew you weren't cursed. I knew you weren't a witch. I knew you weren't a demon child. You're never unclean. You were my brother. You're a family. And I robbed you of your life. There's no one in the world more unfit to be a knight than me. You don't have to be a knight anymore. You don't have to be the Bollinger's firstborn son. Deciding not to wear those labels won't make you any less the brother I always loved. I'm honored to have been born in the same family as you. Michelle, there's something I never had the chance to tell you, Didier. All my life I looked up to you, admired you, and I still do even now. If there's a next life awaiting us, I hope we can be brothers again, Didier. Would you mind if I wish for that? No, of course not. Please do. And I hope you'll allow me to wish for the same. I love you, Michelle. My dear little brother. Are we gonna get Aimee's redemption arc now? Upon those words, Didier's phantom begins fading away. The white mist that almost looks like it's made of undulating particles of light rises up around him. Before he's completely enveloped, I catch a glimpse of the tears streaking his cheeks. It's the first time I've ever seen him crying. I attempt to give him a smile in return, but if I were to guess, I'd say probably it looks rather forced. The fact that I'm fighting back tears at the same time certainly isn't doing anything to make it convincing. Before he's completely faded away, I wrap my arms around my brother's shoulders, much like he did for me on the day of my exile, not as an eternal farewell, but as a promise that we'll meet again. Didier, George. Right now, in this moment, I have no regrets about having been born a Bollinger. All I have is great pride, so I pray that one day, be it 10 or 1,000 years from now, the three of us can be reunited. I've got a number of things going through my mind right now. Morgana. I'm just not sure how to put any of it into words. Don't worry, those words say everything. You can cry if you want. I won't mock you, I promise. No, I won't cry. I'll save my tears for a reunion. Oh, that painting, it didn't have to get itself destroyed. He'll be fine, I'm sure. I have faith. As you know quite well, wishes do come true. Would you mind giving me a hand, Morgana? I'm going to need a little help getting back up. With the bone hand? After a moment's pause, she hesitantly extended a fleshless hand. You could use your other hand. I clasp the bones and with her aid pull myself to my feet. Blood spurts from my gut as I do. There's not much in the way of pain, strangely, only creeping exhaustion. I feel like my legs will give out if I so much as give them this chance. Laying on Morgana, we make our way back to the entrance. You're not going to disappear, are you? Don't worry, Morgana. I won't disappear. Alright. Let's open the door together. Bring light into this world of darkness. Move forward. Start anew, brighter. Let's... And then Aimee shows up. I take in a deep breath. Look up at the door. My eyes in the future. It's time to open the door. Not to an ending, but the door to a new beginning. May the world that awaits us be filled with light. Immersed in near blinding light, we pressed onward. And it's wide in all directions, not the tiniest speck of color to contaminate it. In fact, the concept of perfection doesn't seem to exist in this world. Only pure, never-ending white. Actually, no. That's not right now that I consider it. I was thinking of white as an absence of color. But white, the color, fills this place, this plane. It's all disappearing. We made the right choice, didn't we? Yes, this is how it's meant to be. You're a rather impressive man, I hope you realize. Not only did you free these tree-trapped souls, you also saved your brother. I didn't do any of that alone. Without help, I thought I would have made it this far. I would have shattered yet again, until nothing was left. And Giselle gave you that strength? She did. So what, you're going to wait here for her? I am. In that condition, I won't let myself disappear before she made it back. Do you remember the warning I gave you in the mansion? About how, if a soul is damaged and destroyed, it's wholly and utterly erased from existence? Yeah, I do remember. Never to return in any shape or form. If you lose much more blood, that's what will happen to you. You'll be erased forever. Don't worry, I won't let that happen. You push yourself too hard, Michelle. I feel like you're hurt in some way almost every time I see you. But I suppose about half of that would be my doing. You may have caused me some pain, but I also wouldn't be here without you. What? I meant it. I mean it, if you say so. Besides, I've practically only ever seen you hurt too. I suppose so. Whatever form your soul may assume in your next life, I'll be praying there's far less pain in it for you. This is why I'll never get along with you. Always concerned about others. Can I ask you something? If you were to be born again, would you want it to be in a fully male body? That's what I've always wanted, so yes, I would. In your next life, if you have one, do you want to see Giselle again? Absolutely, I do. And what if you could only have one or the other? Which would you choose? Do you even need to ask? No, I suppose not. Giselle, I assume. You know, I'm neither a witch nor a saint, just an ordinary powerless soul now. So my wishes aren't likely to cause any more miracles. But I think I'll wish for something anyway. For what? Not telling. Oh, the smile. Well, I'll be off then. Alright. I didn't think it would be so difficult to come up with parting words. You can say whatever you like. The first thing that comes to mind is fine. Okay, then I'll say to you the same thing I said to them. Farewell, Michelle, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Farewell, indeed. If, however, by some infinitesimally low chance we do happen to meet again, would you be my friend? Morgana. Absolutely, I wouldn't want it any other way. I'm not a nice person, you know. I'm nothing like the white-haired girl. I'm sure to be off-putting and rude, cause you much grief and pain. Don't worry, I'm resilient enough to handle a little pain without pulling away. You're fine as you are. You don't need to change. So let's meet up in our next lives and become good friends. Not good friends, not acquaintances either. Just plain friends, understood? Understood. Yeah, I'm rather looking forward to it. This is goodbye for real. So I suppose I'll part with some uncharacteristic honesty. I'm glad to have had you in my life, Michelle. And thank you for everything. Morgana. Farewell. Until our souls cross paths once more. It's so quiet, so unbelievably desolate. Giselle, endured centuries waiting for me to return. I'll wait right here, for as long as I must. Back in the mansion? Oh, it's just the mansion disappearing. Okay, yeah. Are we gonna go through every every room in the mansion? Okay, not just those two. I can feel the mansion, that gathering place for the departed, fading away. I did it, Giselle. I broke the curse. I cast off the darkness. The saved Morgana, and all the other souls trapped there. I couldn't have done it without you. I miss you, Giselle. All I want is to see your face, to hear your voice, feel your warmth, tell you how much I love your smile. Okay, I see. We're interrupting it with this. Where are you, Giselle? I know I said I wouldn't let myself disappear until you came back, and I'm wishing with all my might for my body to hold out, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. I'm coming to realize as I grow weaker, that the will of one man is nothing in the face of the will of the universe. Where are you, Giselle? I can't see you anywhere. I can see a red through my hands, Giselle. My lower body is already gone, and the rest of it is following. I hope you'll still be able to find me, even without a body. I've lost my voice now, Giselle. I don't have much left to lose. I'm dissolving into the light. Say my name, Giselle. I want to hear you. Say my name. I'm here, waiting for you. I assume the glass, the stained glass window of the angel Michael would be the last one to disappear, right? Where are you, Giselle? Am I making it true to you, even a little? I need you. I can't allow myself to disappear until you've returned. Giselle. Yeah, there it is. The shell. Oh, there she is. That's nice. Finally, I finally found you. I'm sorry it took so long. Don't worry, Michelle. I know that's you. I'll always be able to recognize you, no matter what. You don't have to be afraid. I wouldn't have made it out of... I wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for you, Michelle. A ray of light reached deep into the darkness, all the way down to where I was lost. It was a light more radiant than anything I've ever seen. So much that I couldn't hold back my tears. You fought so very hard. You broke the mansion's curse to release it from the darkness. I was right about you. You are strong. Immeasurably so. Can you hear me there, Michelle? I'm sorry for keeping you waiting so long. For letting you deteriorate like this. But thank you. Thank you for waiting. Now it's time for us to return, back to our rightful place. But please, Michelle, don't disappear on me. Don't let your soul's flame be extinguished. I beg you, keep holding on. There's still so much I need to tell you. I want to hear your voice. I want to feel your arms around me once more. I don't care when, as long as I can have that someday. So that means I need you to not disappear on me. Michelle. Michelle. I believe in you, Michelle. I believe you're still there, that you're still holding on. So I ask that one day you'll come and take my hand again. That's it? Probably gonna be a post-credit scene if I had to guess, but yeah. Oh, we see the age of death of everyone? Oh, this is kind of somber. It feels like an obituary. Like, I like it. Yeah, is this a real credit scene or? I don't know if I should give my thoughts on the game right now. Oh, we see his last name is Ida. I don't know if we saw that before. Wait, Mel died at 24 in the first story? Really? I thought he lived for longer. Maria. Asama. Nellie Rose. Yeah, Nellie died of disease early on in both of her lives. Didier. Didier died at 37? Is this implying that he killed himself after killing Michelle? Because this would be pretty soon after after he crucified Michelle, right? That may be what it's implying. They did like kill himself from guilt afterwards. George. I didn't exactly keep track of the ages, but that may line up that way. Not sure how George died at 42 either. What about Amy? When did Amy die? Oh. We're in a schoolroom or something. Flaxen-haired boy. Hello, anybody in there? Class is about to start, and last I checked, the teacher never came in through the window. Alright, just a second. You've been doing that a lot lately, just staring out the window. Watching for something or just spacing out? There's this girl who's usually out there around this time every day. Right over there, see her? That one? Looks like she goes to the junior high a few streets down. That's what I thought. But look at her hair, that flaxen color. It's almost the exact same color as mine. Okay, so you got reincarnated, but you and Nellie aren't brother and sister, so you can get together. Okay, sure. I can't get her out of my mind. Oh, really? If you're that interested, why not go have a chat sometime? I don't know. I wouldn't even know where to begin. Obviously, you gotta go to the old classic. Hey, baby, wanna get some ice cream and hang out? That sounds like a great way to get slapped. I'm not trying to pick her up. You're lying to yourself, man. No, I don't know. I'm curious, that's all. And I'm curious what makes your head works, because it sure ain't what everyone else runs on. Now get moving. It's almost time for class. Wait, I'm coming. I wonder what her name is. I wonder what her last name is. Okay, we're in France. Hey, did you hear about the new ice cream shop that just opened up down by the bus stop? I did. And I hear their mint is super good too. And I want to try it. What do you say? Want to go check it out? Let's go. Get some of that mint with a big pile of chocolate chip on top. Oh, I know. I'll get a double scoop. Oh, that sounds amazing. I'm going to get a double too. I bet the line's going to be crazy. We better get going or... what is it? There's a cute boy who goes to that school there. I think we just locked eyes for a second. Oh, what he looks like? A prince. A prince? Haha, seriously? Don't you be making fun of princes now. You're not 9, you're 14. Can you stop growing up with your fairy tale phase? Like, haha, oh my god. Just you wait. One of these days I'll meet a real prince and you won't be laughing anymore. Like you'd ever be able to get a real prince's attention. Hey, that's not very nice. jerk, blockhead meanie. Haha. Come on, let's get going. Oh, fine. I'll show you one day. That is my prince. De bon? Un homme de bon? We couldn't be luckier to have a talented engineer like yourself assigned to our branch. You give me too much credit, sir. This is Yukimasa. You don't give yourself enough credit. I've seen your record and you come highly recommended from HQ. I got high hopes for you. The higher your hopes, the greater the fallout when I make a mistake, which frightens me. Aha, what you call a mistake is what we generally refer to as a great accomplishment. I don't think I've ever met anyone as close to the perfect human being as you. I'm far, far from perfect. You Japanese really are a humble lot, aren't you? Haha. What is it? I thought I just saw a woman I recognized. We get a lot of tourists from your parts of the world around here. She's not Japanese. No, I must have been imagining it. There are a lot of Japanese tourists in Paris. They love coming to Paris. This is my first time in France, after all. I guess that is technically, if you didn't recognize the Eiffel Tower in that one ending, and you didn't recognize that all the names were French, and you didn't recognize like all the French things, I guess this is technically the first time that it is specifically like specified that we are in France, even though it's been obvious for a while. But this is technically the first time it's been like outwardly mentioned, I think. The art museum, shopping. How can you take a vacation to France and not want to see the art? We were there all day yesterday, and you agreed before last day would be a shopping day. That was before I realized just how big it was, just how many beautiful paintings they had on display. There's no way one day is enough to see it all. One whole day of my vacation bored out of my skull. Not like you can eat the stuff, so what good is it anyway? Please. How about this? We go to a different museum. Just no art this time. Oh, what kind of museum if you don't want to look at art? A torture museum. I think I hate you. Lighten up. You telling me you don't want to see centuries of torture devices from all around the world? Absolutely not. Then we stick to the plan and go shopping. I'll have it your way. But you didn't have to be so. Watch out, behind you. What? Ah! God damn, that hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. I like to watch where you're walking, why don't you? And if you're so desperate to make a damn ruckus, go find a cafe somewhere out of the way. This is lore accurate Paris experience. This is 100% what's gonna happen to you if you go to Paris. This is very, very realistic. Well, excuse me. I apologized, didn't I? No need to be such a dickwad. Have you ever heard of talking, or is yelling the only thing you're capable of? This is why I can't stand tourists. Have some damn consideration for the people who aren't here just to fool around. The love of God. Belle's got your panties in it. And he's gone. That sure was something. Something's right. An insufferable asshole, more like. Burn in hell, motherfucker. Ha ha ha. That said, I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Nah, just your imagination. Was that supposed to be... What was his name? The little boy? What was his name? The little boy. And the second story. JV? Was that his name? JV? Maybe. Nah, just your imagination. You there, the paper. Okay, this is Jacopo. Good lord, the stock market is the stock market is a damn mess. What a nightmare. The tourists don't know how to shut up. The French are a bunch of stuck-up snobs. The pizza's awful. Nobody knows how to make spaghetti. Maybe I should just pack up my bags and forget it all. What the hell is this? An article about the human voice. Scientists are studying the effects of certain frequencies in the human voice have on the brain. Get this mumbo jumbo out of the paper, my god, yeah, I agree. Save it for some paranormal science magazine. Back to the stocks page. Ah, damn it, the wind got my hat. I guess this is a reference to the Morgana's voice, which is like everyone mentioned it was like very soothing. What is wrong with today? I believe this is yours. Yeah. Thank you. Is this Morgana? Pleasure is mine. Or is this Maria? Have a nice... Hold on a second. Yes? First off, before I say anything, I'm not trying to hit on you. Don't get the wrong idea. Haha. Now, have we met before? We have, yes. When and where? A long, long time ago. Okay, so this is Morgana. Much too long for you to remember. Excuse me? Oh, I'm stupid. The blonde hair, the blonde-haired woman here is Maria. Right, I'm stupid. Maria and Pauline were hanging out like they did in the store with Morgana that we saw. Excuse me? Our paths crossed in the mansion many, many years ago. I'm glad to see that you haven't changed a bit. Not particularly in the mood for jokes and supernatural nonsense today. I guess this isn't necessarily Morgana, this might just be the white-haired girl part of Morgana. I'm quite serious. One more question. Do we have any shared acquaintances? We do, yes. But I could not say whether she is here or not. Okay, so this is the white-haired girl. This is not Morgana. Hopefully you have the chance to cross paths with her. I too am looking for someone. Have a good day, sir. Yeah, goodbye. There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. Over the years, they've grown gradually more distinct. And now, at the age of 21, I remember everything. Were I to tell this to anyone, they would think me mad. So I've kept this to myself my whole life. I remember many ages ago there was a mansion. There I met and lost someone dear to me. There I waited for him to return. Okay, so is it Giselle? I remember all the centuries I spent waiting. And I remember, he almost lost his soul trying to save me. This is the team from the opening, but like slowed down, I think. I am once again waiting for him. I'm making my way to where the mansion once stood, a single red rose in hand, a rose containing all my hopes, my dreams, my love, a prayer that it might one day reach you. Roses make wonderful gifts after all. I probably sound like I'm out of my mind, waiting for a man who exists only in my memories, a man who, in my 21 years of life, I've never once even caught a glimpse of. But that doesn't matter, because I know how much he means to me. I don't care what anyone else thinks. I will wait. I will trust the memories burning into my soul. I don't know when he'll show up, or if he even will. Maybe we'll never meet in this life. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown old and died. But should that happen, I'll continue waiting for you in my next life. And the one after that, if I have to. I'll always be waiting, no matter how long it may take, how great the obstacles that stand in my way, or what form you may assume. I'll wait as long as it takes. Another 100, another 1,000 years. But just promise you'll come back for me. Michelle. Okay, the end. Okay, is there gonna be a second post credit scene? Okay, I guess I'll give my thoughts on the game now, even though I might get interrupted.
Okay. So, I mean, I definitely liked this a lot.
In terms of writing quality, this is definitely by far the best thing I've played on this channel, and I would say that in general, I think that was this game's biggest strength for me. When I say writing quality, I mean two things about it. I mean like the line by line prose. The prose was extremely good, which is impressive for visual novels because that's very rare. Because visual novels are translated from Japanese usually, right? And usually that translation process, there's usually a lot of meaning lost, and it's hard to translate something from another language and keep it feeling natural and keep it feeling like snappy. So that's why the prose in visual novels is often very awkward or like not very good. But in this, the prose was honestly excellent. Like maybe the best prose I've ever read in a visual novel. Like it was honestly like great. And also like the story was very well thought out. I think like it was good that there was a lot of thought put into like foreshadowing things and making everything like fit thematically and making everything line up. Like clearly there's a lot of effort put into the writing of this game, which I really appreciate. That being said, the game was like it's a very emotional story, right? Like it's meant to be something that like it's meant to be a very emotional story more than anything else, and usually that isn't the kind of story that I like the most. Like the kind of like very dramatic, very emotional storytelling. It's not like I'll read anything. Like I'll watch anything. I'm okay with any genre. But this isn't the sort of thing I usually read. So I think there is kind of a barrier for that. Like I did like this a lot, but I wouldn't say that this was one of my favorite visual novels of all time. You know. If I had to give this a rating, it would probably be like. It was very good. Probably like an 8. Probably like an 8 out of 10. If I had to guess. Somewhere around there. Like I definitely enjoyed it a lot, and there were parts that did resonate with me emotionally. But yeah, just the biggest obstacle for me is just like it's just not really my kind of story, I guess. Something else also that a small negative. Oh wait, sorry, getting interrupted. Don't worry. You don't have to wait any longer. Giselle. I'm here for you. Alright, so they found each other. Still has the ridiculously long hair. There are memories. Memories ingrained in my soul. I remember there once was a mansion here, in which many tragedies took place, in which great pain was suffered. Much of what happened in those walls was unspeakable. But there are events I should never have forgotten, because amidst all the misfortune, I attained something irreplaceable. Giselle, there's so much I have to say, so much I want you to know, but I'm sure I'll have plenty of times to get to all that. So for the time being, allow me to say this. Giselle. Your smile is the light of my life. I want to spend my days with you. With that smile always at my side. And nothing to get in our way. Ending 8, Fata Morgana. They said it. Ending 8? Okay, I definitely missed a lot of ending in the 8th door, but that's fine. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. I ask of thee, O Father, to bestow upon their souls thy blessing. Oh, the background changed. Complete the game, we did it. Still missing some achievements though, but that's fine. I hope I'm not missing like a secret, like true ending, right? Oh, man. This is why I didn't want to start talking about how I felt about the game during the credits, because I knew there was going to be a post-credit scene that was going to interrupt me. I completely lost my train of thought now. Okay, just go back if you want to hear my thoughts on the game. Go back to the credits and then skip back here because I'm just going to continue from where I left off. Okay. So I was gonna say, I think like a tiny negative I have about the writing, because I was saying the writing was really good, like in a lot of ways. Tiny negative, it felt like often scenes would just like be the same, the characters like repeating the same thing back to each other like over and over for a bit too long. Like it was kind of annoying sometimes. And also like a few scenes were just like retreading the same scenes we already seen from a different POV, but just like doing the same thing again, but just like seeing the characters' thoughts. It was a little bit boring, I guess. So yeah, just a small negative there. A positive I have for the story, I appreciate that it was very mature, and it was very honest, like with the subject matter it was portraying and the way it portrayed it, like with all the rape and the murder and the torture and all the like sexual stuff. There was a lot of it, but I like that it was honest. Like it depicted it in an honest way, which I think I appreciate. Because if usually in a story, if you have teams like that, it's either going to be played for jokes or as a meme, or it's going to be way over the top and it's going to be like so like extreme and ridiculous. But here it was played like pretty straight, pretty honest. I appreciate it. It felt mature. Yeah, I like that. I do very much like the romance between Giselle and Michelle. That's probably my favorite, like my favorite interactions in the game. Like those two really do have chemistry. I think they really like work well with each other. And even when like nothing was happening, it was fun to just see like the slice of life scene with them just hanging out, and just like them talking to each other in the 8th door. That was always fun. I mean, I still do have like, I have specific like things I liked and things I didn't like about each of the specific stories we saw, but I'm not gonna go back on all those because I think I pretty much talked about all of those like after I saw the stories. Like story 3 was kind of contrived. I really like story 2 probably more than the other 3. Story 8 kind of went on a bit too long. I think it kind of was repeating itself a few times. Yeah, I mean, I already said all my thoughts on the stories as I was going through them. Yeah, overall, I think final rating probably an 8 out of 10. That sounds about right. Also, if you don't know how I rate things, I'm not an IGN reviewer. I rate things like on how the scale should be rated. So for me, like a 5 out of 10 is average. It's like not bad, not good. It's like whatever. It's like mediocre. So an 8 out of 10 is like, I consider that like way above average. I consider it very good. It's not like this is very good. So yeah. Okay. So I think if I'm not mistaken, this game has a sequel, right? Let me look it up. How do I look this up? VNDB. Fata Morgana. It has, I think it has like a few DLCs, like mini stories, and it has a sequel. Sequel. Fata Morgana no Yakata Gendai Hen. A sequel featuring the central cast members reincarnated in the present day. Okay, that seems like kind of some fan service. I don't. Wasn't there like another sequel? Because honestly, if the sequel, or like if the sequel thing is, it's only 8 hours long too. If it's just like seeing all the characters from the modern, like reincarnated in the modern day, like hanging out and having like happy lives, I'm not sure if I'm too interested in reading that, honestly. Seems like more just like fan service than anything else. Oh, there's Fata Morgana and other episodes. What is this? A Requiem for Innocence is a companion to the visual novel The House in Fata Morgana. It tells the tale of a young man dragged down by his ambition and a girl both worshipped as a saint and maligned as a witch. Yeah, I remember. For them, there is no happily ever after. Okay, this sounds like an alternate storyline where like Morgana was saved by some wait. No, this isn't an alternate storyline. This is just, I think this is just a retelling of Morgana's story. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just looked quickly at the screenshot. It just looks like it's telling Morgana's story again, but from her POV. Again, I'm not sure if I'm that interested in reading that, because we already went through Morgana's stories like 4 times in this. Is that, or was there anything else? Let me look at the store page on Steam. Store page. There's a Requiem for Innocence. Yeah, that's that. Okay, no, I think that's everything. Okay, so I may play like the sequel or the prequel or whatever. Maybe not. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll play them or not. And if I do, I may not play them right now. Like I might play some other game first and then come back to those. Because those seem like more so fan service than anything else to me. But maybe they do have like more to them than it seems, but I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's it for my playthrough. Thanks for watching. I know this playthrough was a bit drier, I guess, than the ones I usually play, because usually when I play games on this channel, they're more like, they were less serious, or maybe like they're more like mysteries, so I can speculate a lot more, or maybe they're like silly, so I can make fun of the game sometimes, and like I usually have a lot more to say. For this, like a lot more of it was just me just like reading the story, and I didn't really have much to say. But I think it got better as it went along. But yeah, thanks for watching. Is there something else if I enter here? Or is this go back to the start? Okay, this is the start of the game again. Alright, yeah, so that's it for me. House in Fata Morgana. Next game I play is either gonna be, I don't know what it's gonna be. Could be a DLC to this. Could be, maybe I'll play some Seabed. I've heard that game's pretty good. I also got the Zodiac Trial, I think I've heard is okay. And we've got obviously Manosaba is like popping the fuck off. I really want to play that game. Might just play it in Japanese and live translate it. Could be. Though I heard they're working on an English translation, so I'll probably just wait for that. Even though I really want to play that game right now. Yeah, I got a lot of visual novels to play. I'm not lacking for choice. But yeah, thanks for watching, and see you for my next playthrough, whatever it is. Alright, see you.